How's it going, people? How's it going? Still absolutely buzzing after last night. Me and Seb, we both got smile on our faces. Probably the first time this season we're this happy, because Arsenal 3, Real Madrid nil. I woke up this morning and I honestly thought I was dreaming last night, people. I honestly thought I'd be actually beating Real Madrid 3-0. That, for me, since I've been alive, the best performance I've seen from in the Emirates for me. One of the best games. And I know we've had a few, the Barcelona Sprinter minor when we had Jack Wilshere, but for me, this tops it. Beating this Real Madrid side with all the doubt before the game, with the injuries that we had, no Gabriel, Mikel Marino up front, even scoring as well, and to beat them 3-0, the current holders, 15-time champions. That was a huge statement to the rest of Europe. We've got Seb. Look at him. He's buzzing, mate. He's got a smile on his face. Hi, Seb. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Oh, mate, that smile's not left my face for a whole day. Seriously, I'm absolutely buzzing with that. Wow, I was pleasantly surprised. Wow.
Yeah. And listen, me and Seba kept it realistic all season, people. And we said how it is really in terms of, how disappointing it's been this season. But we needed a bit of life in that, because honestly, we had nothing left to play apart from Champions League now this season. We know the league's done. But after last night, that was absolutely spectacular, wasn't it, Seb? I mean, very unexpected, as we said at the start. I would have been I'm sure you would have been even happy with a win, a 1-0 or 2-0, going in something to take back to the Bernabeu. But 3-0 up now, it's going to take a mad capitulation from Arsenal to get knocked out in the quarterfinals, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. I think the second, don't get me wrong, the second leg will still be difficult. And if there is any team that are capable of turning that around, it is them due to their attacking threat. But the thing is, I trust our defence because we've been very resilient defensively. If we have the defence that we had in previous seasons under Emery and the latter stages of Wenger's tenure, then I'll still be worried. But I am actually feeling confident. I expect Arsenal to get the job done. But what I saw last night, absolutely fantastic. That is what I've wanted to see for ages. And for us to dismantle the European champions, the biggest club in the world, the kings of the Champions League, like that, is just incredible. To dismantle them, not just beat them, dismantle them. Oh, wow. And Declan Rice, we got him half price.
Declan Rice, we got him half price. That's brilliant.
Rice. Oh, honestly, these are what nights are for, and we've dreamt for nights like this. Remember,
this is why we moved to the Emirates, right?
Yeah, remember 4 years ago, to this day, we just scraped a draw past Slavia Prague. Just got a draw.
Wow, that's incredible.
4 years,
yeah.
And now look, we've now just dismantled the champions of Europe, and these are what Champions League nights are for, to get games like this and to have moments like this. And it's absolutely brilliant. And I thought every single player to a team performed, and this is what we wanted to see. Every player needed to play a part. Even Jakub Kiwior, apart from that early scare in the first half, other than that, I thought he was excellent. And big up to him, because I'm sure he must have been nervous and he must have come under a lot of pressure from this. So big up to him. And my man of the match actually goes to Thomas Partey.
Oh, I said the same, mate.
He ran that show. He was a machine. He literally had to have their midfield on toast and boss the show. And then, as for Rice, honestly, I've never seen free kicks like that. Incredible.
Do you know Roberto Carlos was watching the game as well? He would have loved that.
Yeah,
as well.
I saw that.
That was Roberto Carlos-esque.
That first one was definitely Roberto Carlos-esque. Yeah, it's brilliant. And then, as for that second one, I was like, wow. I've not seen a score a free kick like that since Santi Cazorla did.
No, exactly. And our last one, said, was Burnley, wasn't it?
Yeah, Burnley 2021, back in October. Yeah, it has been that long. Yeah, so have him on set pieces, not Odegaard.
Exactly.
He's got to be on set pieces, and we know he hasn't scored a free kick in his career. But listen, the big man for the big occasion, he stepped up, and this is what we want. This is what you pay your money.
They pay the money for,
For players like this, turn up in these kinds of situations. When don't let the occasion get to you. You play your game. And you know what? I now demand Arsenal to go and win this competition. I really do.
Yeah.
To go and win this competition. I do not want just to beat Real Madrid and just to get to the semis. I don't want that. And I don't want us to just get to the final and then not win again. I want all the way now because I said before the podcast and all this time after we drawn Real Madrid, if we beat them, I demand us to go all the way. And I stick with that because as great as it is, and it's fantastic, and don't get me wrong, I'm not moaning at all because there's nothing to moan about. You can't moan just after that.
No.
But I really want these moments to start contributing to something special. I really do. And it's got to start contributing to us lifting trophies. This is our last chance because, let's be honest, this has been a very poor season. It has.
No, it sure has, yeah.
Winning the Champions League
Oh,
will absolutely wash away all the disappointment.
All of that, yeah.
It will. It really will. And it will possibly wash away the disappointment with the last 2 years in missing out the title. It will. This really will. But all the way, not just beat Real Madrid and then we don't beat PSG or Villa. I'm not going to accept that. And I'm not going to accept losing the final. Because let's be honest, yes, Barcelona and PSG are probably playing better than Real Madrid and possibly Inter Milan. They're probably playing better than at the moment. But if you actually look at the teams on paper, Real Madrid. When we started this tournament, Real Madrid and Man City were the two favourites. Man City's gone, and Real Madrid.
We just battered the favourites.
We just battered them, and they're likely to go. So this is our time. Come on, this is our time. Please do this. And Arteta, listen, I've given you some grief.
Likewise, yeah.
But last night.
100% agree, mate. Full credit. Up against Ancelotti as well, by the way.
Yeah, full credit. Full credit. Now, please, go and finish the business. Second leg, you be professional. And then semi-finals, go and win them. Please give us that trophy because you said that you want to Willian when we signed him.
Yeah.
You expect us to win the Champions League within the next 3 to 4 years. Well, listen, this is a good chance we've got now. A really good chance we've got.
Really big chance right now.
And we've blown opportunities in the past. Like even in our invincible season, we could have won the Champions League. And 2006 should have won it then. And you can possibly even say 2009 when we got battered by Man United.
Ronaldo happened. Yeah. Wow.
You can look at those as missed opportunities. I don't want to look at another one, please, because we can't keep saying, wow, we're so close now. We just got to get a few bits and we're there. We've got to actually start doing it now.
Yeah.
We'll start doing it now. And
100%.
This has got to be the blueprint. But you got a job to finish out in Madrid first.
Yeah.
Finish that.
Yeah.
And then I demand to go all the way, and I fully demand that. I don't back down on that. But last night, honestly, that's what the Champions League is all about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. 100%. Before we move on, I just want to quickly big up the chat. Make sure you leave your comments down below, guys. We got Jack. Big up to you, Jack, mate. Hope you're good, mate. AFC Forever says we can go all. AFC Forever says we can go all the way.
You have to.
We're going to talk about that in just a minute as well. Dear Monday. Hope you're good, my brother. Hi, Josh. I'm shocked. I think we all are shocked to win as you, man. Big up Cooper in the building as well. He says 4 games to go, one at a time. Today feels different. We can do this. Come on, you Gunners. 100% agree there, Cooper. Hope you're good, man. Jordan's in the chat. He says, yo, Josh and Seb. Dow's in the chat. Oregon Goon. He says, still buzzing. Yes. Ain't we all, man? Ain't we all? Big up to you, every single time, my brother. Top Gunner says, big up, boys. Big up to you, Top Gunner, mate. Every single time as well. Stacks in the chat. He says, hey, Josh and Seb. Well done, Arsenal. Phenomenal. Now go and get things done in Madrid properly and professionally to reach the semi-finals.
Absolutely.
And 100%.
We've got to be professional there. We have to be.
Yeah. You know, as much as this is a fantastic, brilliant result, I still don't think we can say it's 100% done yet.
Oh, no, it's not 100%.
But it's not 100% done yet.
I would say now 60-70%. I'll go into that
Yeah,
category. I think a draw, if we won 2-0, I would have said 50-50. I would have still said 50-50, but 3-0
yeah,
pushes it up.
yeah, 100% agree. Is Simba the best right back in Europe this season? Yeah,
Ooh.
absolute baller, mate. Yeah,
Well, he's definitely
absolute
up
baller.
there. Who else is
He
there
he
to
had Vinny
consider?
Jr. locked up. He
Yeah,
had him locked up, man.
yeah, he was quiet. I didn't. He
Yeah,
was
he was
quiet.
quiet. He was quiet.
Bellingham as well, quiet. All he did
Quiet.
was moan. All he
Quiet.
did was moan, moan,
Rodrigo,
moan.
by the way. Rodrigo,
Quiet,
quiet. Yeah.
quiet.
The agent with your for your crest was there last night. He was.
He was.
He must have been loving that. He must have been. This is the team I want to go to because there was just we just backed them 3-0, man. Why not?
Please sign him. Please sign him. Yeah.
100%. I've waited. I wanted him for 2 years. Do you give him the number 9 shirt? Yeah,
Who's
I
currently
think so.
wearing number 9?
I think so.
Yeah, someone currently. Oh yeah, Jesus is wearing.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Havertz can rot on the bus. Havertz not score that Marino goal.
No, actually, give him number 4. Give him number 14. Because he's a natural goal scorer. I know it's Henry's number, and of course, people will argue that should be tied. No, give him 14. I wouldn't strip 9 off Jesus, but yeah, give him 14. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, 100%. Of course we can. Mbappe on whether Madrid can make the comeback at Bernabeu.
Oh yeah, they can. Of course, yeah,
well,
of course.
It's and this is the thing we've got to say as well. We're of course absolutely buzzing. We're fully confident going second leg, as we should be. We're 3-0 up, and we've seen. I know we've lost games this season, but we're not really got battered by teams, have we?
No.
In terms of like conceded a lot of goals. I don't think we do. We don't concede a lot of goals, so that gives me a bit of confidence there. But Real Madrid are Real Madrid in Champions League. They have shown this before where they can come back. You never write them off.
110%. They did it against Man City.
Man City, yeah.
City were 2-0
1% chance they had Seba going through Real Madrid in that second leg because I think Riyad Mahrez scored 20 minutes ago. A 1% chance, and then Rodrigo and Benzema happened. So you can never write them off. But
no, never. And the Bernabeu was one of the hardest places as well as Anfield to go in the Champions League.
We need another 06 Henry settings again, 1-0 settings, at the Bernabeu. That'd be amazing. But yeah, big up Wookie Cookie in the building, man. My brother Wookie. Big up Josh, still in shock. I'm buzzing as well, but I'm shocked as well. But yeah, big up Wookie, mate. Big up for 10.1k as well, everyone. Really do appreciate that as well, guys. Really appreciate 10.1k. Absolute legends. I'm gonna ask Seb that in a minute because I know who I want. I want PSG. I don't want Villa. I'll tell you why in a minute. But I'm gonna ask Seb that in a minute. We got Dow with a super chat. Bless up, Dow, man. Thank you so much for that, my brother. He says 10k subs done. Come on, big up, Dow, bro. Absolute legend, bro. And also we got James in the chat as well. This guy's an Everton fan as well. Really respectful guy. So big up James as well. Absolute legend there as well. Taki's in the chat as well. Big up to you. But yeah, I just want to quickly, before we move on, I wanted to focus on the 2 free kicks from Rice set because I've watched them back time and time again. It's just beautiful, right? But did you notice, right? Odegaard, and Rice even admitted this out in the interview after the game. He said Odegaard was sending him to cross the ball. Nicolas Jova, I think on the first free kick, was sending him to cross the ball. And Rice said no. He spoke to Saka, and Saka said, you might as well, if you want it, go for it. So they're telling Rice to cross the ball, and he's like, nah. He's gone with his mind, and it worked for both of them. But before this game, right, we did not score a direct free kick since 2021, Burnley. It just makes you ask the question, why wasn't Declan Rice on free kicks originally? He's always had to in his locker, But what do you make of those 2 free kicks, man, and Declan Rice overall?
Like I said, you couldn't have hit him any better than that. They were just incredible. Probably the best 2 free kicks you'll see all season, and we have seen all season. Just fantastic. And yeah, it's good that he did actually use his mind because all the other free kicks that we've done have just got us nowhere. We've even been hit into the wall, or they don't beat the first player or something. But for that one, because Declan Rice, his corners are brilliant as well. So maybe put him on that. You just don't know. But yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. And even Mika Marino getting a goal as well. But I mean, you look great at Lewis Skelly, bro. 18 years of age, Seb. 18 years of age, and on the big stage against Real Madrid. And there's a lot. Listen, before the game, I was saying, is this too big of a game for Lewis Skelly?
I did as well.
Yeah, in the sense that we saw what happened against PSV in the first leg, where he was so up for it. it almost got him caught out because he's diving in, wasn't he? He almost got sent off and he got hooked at half time. But he was absolutely phenomenal, wasn't he? What a player we got our hands on as well, mate.
Brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, fantastic. And yeah, back on Mika Moreno, fair play. Fair play. Everyone knows I'm not his biggest fan. And of course, I never like seeing him in the false nine. But Arteta's told him to do a job because of what we have. And so far, I have to say, he's doing well. So yeah, and that goal, that finish was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant finish.
Look who's got a smile on his face as well. Mr. Luca. He's smiling as well. He's happy. How you feeling, Luca, mate?
If you guys haven't gone and watched my match reaction for last night, get over it after Josh's stream and watch it, man. It helps the algorithm. And mate, I am absolutely buzzing, mate. Me and Mel made a bet, right? And mate, the way I got cooked last night on Twitter and everything, I just fucking cannot fucking believe it, right? That we gone and beat Real Madrid. Declan fucking Bloodclot Rice. Mate, what a fantastic performance by Arsenal. Absolutely amazing that was. Like, just talk to me. Like, the performance itself, the first half, end-to-end game, right? Real Madrid, Vinicius Jr., where are you now, bro? Julian Timber. We absolutely roasted Vinicius Jr. So all you Vinicius Jr. fans, all you Real Madrid fan TV, end the stream Dave, go and listen to Josh's channel right now. Spend 5 minutes and have a listen to what I'm going to say, bro, right? And support Josh and Seb, right? Julian Timber cooked Real Madrid Vinicius Jr., bro, right? Vinicius Jr. is overhyped, right? He is overhyped, right? And for me, he was class. He was absolutely class. And the performance itself was an end-to-end game. The only best players I say for Real Madrid was Courtois.
Yeah. What a goalkeeper.
He was a machine. He was a machine. And if it wasn't for him, it would have been a lot more. And
exactly.
And Mbappe was all right, but everyone else was crap, right? Like Courtois was quality, right? And it was a really good performance, especially the second half. Amazing. The best Emirates era in a long time since we've moved 19 years at that football club. And that's what we've come to see, to compete. But now, right, a lot of people ask me this in the chat, right? And I know exactly what Seb's going to ask me. And I know exactly what the chat's going to say, right? Lucas said, people are saying, are you Mikel Arteta in? The answer is no, bro. Because he has to do what's required. He has to demand me, and he has to win the Champions League this season.
Yes, he does.
The famous words.
Yes.
And I think opinions on winning the Champions League, I think we've got a great chance.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we'll win it.
All that thought, though, Luca, because we are going to move on to that just in a minute. But overall thoughts on obviously the goals from Rice as well.
Declan Rice, absolutely brilliant. David Beckham, Greece of 2001, right? Rice Beckhamdinho, right?
Yeah.
We like to call it, right? Declan Rice was absolutely brilliant. And that's why Mikel Arteta put him in the number 6 yesterday. And he's better in the number 6, bro. He is better in the number 6. Facts.
100%.
Declan Rice was absolutely legit and brilliant, right? That he'd gone and actually put 2 masterclass free quick kicks. And Courtois, I said this in my match reaction, right? Yesterday. Last time Courtois, here's a stat, right? And people didn't know these stats. Courtois, last time came to the Emirates, we won 3-0 against Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea, 2017.
Courtois to the Emirates last night, we win 3-0.
Yeah, we did.
We've got Courtois' number, bro. And the thing is, we have not conceded against Real Madrid. We're playing 3 times in our history and 1 clean sheet SCs, bro. But the performance was absolutely brilliant. Declan Rice, man of the match, can't complain, man. And I'm buzzing, bro. I was not confident going into this game. 1 second thing, right? And Mikel Arteta proved me wrong.
Me and Seb gave him big credit.
And you've got to give huge credits due.
You definitely do.
He's finally beaten Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right. We need to talk about this, people. So Arsenal are now the favourites to win the Champions League according to Opta Supercomputer. Arsenal 28%, Barcelona 22%, Inter 21%, PSG 18%. Arsenal currently have a 96% chance of reaching the semi-final and a 54% chance of reaching the final. So listen, we just done Real Madrid 3-0. People's favourites, including my favourites, because they're 15-time winners. We know what they can be. We just backed them 3-0. There's a question, people. Can this team go all the way? Because in the Champions League, we play so much more different. The only team to beat us was Inter. And I said it yesterday. The reason why they beat us is because of how they play and how, we can't break them down.
Yeah.
Have you noticed when you play against these teams who are more, I feel like it's more open in Champions League compared to Premier League. And that's why it really benefits how we play. Because we can catch them on the break and all that. But I'll come to you first, Seb. We're the favourites apparently to win the Champions League according to Opta, right? Can we go all the way?
Yes. And I demand us to go all the way now. I really do.
Yeah.
That's like I said earlier. We've got to start showing something for these. Because it's all good having these moments like beating Real Madrid. But the main prize comes when you're holding this. And I want to look at this game on the way of building up to something special. I really do. And just like I said earlier, at the start of the season, when the league phase draw was done, we said the two favourites to win the competition were Real Madrid and Man City. Man City's gone. Real Madrid, we've just battered 3-0. It's not done yet. So if we do that, then yes, I really don't see why we can't go all the way. And I demand us to go all the way.
Yeah, so do I.
Said, when he signed Willian, within the next 3 to 4 years, will we target to win the Champions League? And like I said, this has been a poor season of missed opportunities. But winning the Champions League will save it, will wash away all the disappointment this season. It really will. And I mean winning it. I do not want just to get past Real Madrid and then get knocked out in the semi-final. I don't want that. And I don't want fans to start saying, oh, but at least we got to the semis, which you haven't done for ages. No, it's not an achievement.
Exactly.
Or getting to the final and losing again.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, yes, it's good to get to the final. But if you're going to get to the final and not win...
Well, it's like what Tottenham did, isn't it, when they got to the final against Man City?
Exactly. We do not want to go down that route. We don't want to go down that route. We've got to start showing things. And what an opportunity we've got. Because in the next round, it will either be PSG or Villa. PSG we beat early in the season. And they're not the same PSG that when they had Mbappe. Yes, they've been playing very well lately. And yes, they did very well against Liverpool. And yes, I probably do expect them to beat Villa. But of course, you never know. It's Emery. They've got a good team. And plus it's Champions League knockouts. Anything can happen. But I feared Real Madrid more than I feared PSG, Aston Villa, and any other teams in the final. This was the team I feared the most. And I also said, when this draw was made, this is the time to Arsenal to prove themselves, which they have so far. But if we do that, then I expect us to go all the way. And I'm not backing down on those standards. I'm not. Because, let's be honest, what did we move to the Emirates for? To compete with the likes of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And so far, it looks like what we're doing
at the moment this season.
But now it's time to get these honours home. I do not want to be looking at this as missed opportunities, regrets. I don't want that. I'm so tired of that now.
I think for me, I don't know if you guys agree. I think worse teams have won this competition, right?
Exactly. Porto.
Yeah,
with Mourinho, seasons when that should have been us.
Chelsea when they won it as well.
Yeah,
they had Werner and Havertz up front.
Yeah, and in 2012, where they came sixth in the league, they didn't have the best season. They did have a good team on paper to do it, but they weren't the best team that year. And and the year when they had Werner and Havertz, again, they weren't the best team, but they still won it. So you are right, and even teams like Steaua Bucharest and Celtic have won it.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I don't know how they were like back in the day. But
It's an interesting stat, right? With this I saw the other day. You know how the final's been played at Munich, right?
yeah,
There's always been a new winner apparently at Munich, and the only two teams that not won the Champions League are PSG and Arsenal. So every time a final's been at Munich, right, which it is this year,
yeah,
there's been a new winner. So you never know, people. You never know. Listen, like for me, I'll ask you this, Luca, right?
Yeah.
But before we talk about the semi-finals, I want to do that separately about Villa or PSG. And I know we got to get past Madrid first, second
100%.
leg. Do you think this team has it what it takes after seeing last night battering Madrid 3-0? You know the holders, 15-time winners, by the way, battering them 3-0. Do you think this and the Champions League? I said the only team to beat us was Inter. Do you think we have what it takes to go win the whole thing?
Look,
be honest.
For me, in case you guys haven't watched my opinions last night on my match reaction, people, look, to answer this question on here, look, I think for me, beating Real Madrid, you have a great chance of winning the Champions League,
yes.
right? But it would just be typical Arsenal will end up getting someone like Unai Emery, right? Good evening, right? Good evening.
Good evening. Right? Good evening.
And I'd rather play, if it is going to come down to PSG or Villa, right? I'd rather play PSG over Aston Villa, and I'll tell you why. Right, because PSG will be left will be left open. Right, Villa, Unai Emery knows Mikel Arteta. Right, think about Villarreal in lockdown. Right, think about Emery beating us in the league to stop us winning the league. Think about Emery drawing this season at the Emirates after being 2-0 up for a good 60-minute performance. Unai Emery could stop anyone.
Exactly.
Right?
100%.
He got Villarreal to a Champions League semi-final and lost to Liverpool, and Liverpool lost in the final to Real Madrid, right, a few seasons ago. Villarreal beat Man United in the Europa League final on penalties, right? Yeah. He's won it with 2 European Cups. Unai Emery is a cup manager. Mikel Arteta, well, we're going to find out if this manager so far, he's proven me so far.
He's proven me wrong in terms of winning this game, though.
He has to win it. And this is the thing. This is another thing I said, right? And yes, I hold my shame after last night where I'm so happy we won. I don't have to cook people, which is good. So at the end of the day, right, he has to now go and win it. He has to win it.
Well, exactly, because this is like if we get, as Seb rightly said, if we get knocked out in the semis, yeah, or even make the final and lose it, we're going trophies again for another season, haven't we?
Yeah, it's just boring.
This fan base, right?
But the problem, exactly. Look at this fan base will hype it up that we got all the way to the final.
They must not do that.
You read my mind because at the end of the day, I 100% agree with you, Seb and Josh, because this fan base on Twitter and all these positive fans will end up saying, "Oh, we got to the final. Give Mikel Arteta." No.
You got to start winning this.
You have to win this season. Raise the standards, right? I don't want no trolls or any of these neutral fans saying, "Oh, well, we didn't win it. We got second. He got us to a final." No, Arsene Wenger got to the
Wait, here's a question, Luca. If Mikel wins the UCL, does he deserve a statue?
Well, yeah, 100%. Why not?
Yeah.
100%.
I'm going to say,
the Champions League this season, mate.
On that bit, I'll say win that, and then you win the league next season. And then 110%.
I think for me, look,
I think he does because it'd be the first ever manager to win us a Champions League, right?
You win that, and then you win the league next season. Then I'll definitely say yes.
The only team I'm really worried is 2 teams. Barcelona and Inter Milan. I'll start off with Inter Milan. Inter Milan, Italian teams, right?
I know he beat us this season, Luca, by the way.
Yeah, me and Josh know Inter Milan, right? Very well.
Very difficult,
this corner, yeah. And the trouble is, Italian teams don't score many goals. You think about a couple of seasons ago, I think it was the 2022-2023 season, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Napoli all got to a semi-final, yeah? Italian teams don't score many goals. But defensive, they are very good. And they know how to organise. You've seen it over the years for club and country for Italian teams. Defensively, they are fucking brilliant.
No, they are, yeah.
And the majority of that, right? Inter Milan is the only team I am worried. And Barcelona itself, right? Because when Inter Milan got to the Champions League final, they lost 1-0 to Man City after a Rodri shot there. And City just had enough quality, and City was just brilliant that season. They won the treble. And Barcelona is a team where I still think Real Madrid are better than Barcelona, majority, squad overall and depth. But Barcelona are a team where there are young, potential, world-class players. And Yamal is a threat, right? We stopped Mbappe, Junior, all these lot in these one-off games.
Yeah, but we won't play into a final, and it's only one game, isn't it?
No, but obviously, like in the final, you have to take it to them.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was 2 legs against Barcelona, then I agree with you. It would be very hard to knock them out because of their quality that they've got.
Well, but I think for me, if we face them in 2 legs, people might disagree with me this in the comments. I think we have more chance of beating them in 2 legs over a final. Because I'll tell you why. Because in the final would be very, very difficult. You don't
Anything is possible in the final.
Yeah, exactly. It's one game, isn't it?
That's just about what happens on the day.
Yeah, exactly.
But the trouble is, in the final, there's no second chance.
No, but
you win it.
No, I get that, but if you had 2 legs, it'd be a lot more difficult to beat them. You go away as well to their stadium.
Well, yeah, of course, because majority of that is obviously like the first leg is about getting results. So say if we meet PSG in the Champions League semi-final, the first leg's at the Emirates, right? You need to do exactly the same thing what we did last night. And then you go to Paris. You set up the draw.
Well, listen, this is what I want to move on to in terms of, okay, I know, by the way, and I said this earlier, the tie's not done yet, all right? It's not done yet. We've got a second leg to do. We've seen crazy things happen with Madrid at Bernabeu as well. Yeah, I said it to Seb, Luca. That season when it had a 1% chance of going through. Do you remember that, Luca? Yeah, in the against Man City, right? When it had when Mahrez scored that goal, that 20 minutes, and everyone said, "Nah, they're done. Well done, Man City."
Yeah, they did. They pulled it back.
Rodrigo, Benzema happened. They pulled it back and they went through. They knocked out Man City, and that season went. So you can never write them off.
No, you can't.
Second leg.
You can't. Yeah, but you think we will go to the semi-final? I say
because right now, I think me and Seb said there's about 80% chance that Arsenal could go all the way.
70-80% chance.
Yeah, because we're 3-0 up, and I said it to Seb as well. Yes, we've lost games this season, but this team don't concede a lot of goals.
No,
that's what I will say.
Not been battered.
I'm trying to think of the last time we got battered, like 3-4 goals.
Bobby's daughter last night, Kenya, said something about that. We've only conceded like 3 goals in the Champions League.
No, exactly that.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, exactly.
Resilient record. Yeah, we have.
Exactly. So, but listen, we can't say it's 100% done yet. But I'm just saying hypothetically, if we obviously do the business in second leg, I'm going to ask you guys this: PSG or Aston Villa, right? And for me, the team I want to face is PSG because number one, I feel like we've already done them this season. I know it's a different team, but we beat them 2-0 at the start of the season. Number two, the way how they play, yes, they've got great attacking players, right? Yeah. But the way they play very open and it would be end to end like it was. I think that would benefit us the way how they play. Number three, Aston Villa, right? You know how they will play. They will not come and take the game to Arsenal. We've played them twice this season. Yeah, we beat them at Villa Park, but Villa pulled off 2 amazing saves from Ollie Watkins, right? And even at the Emirates game, we was 2-0 up and we blew it. Once again, 2-2, right? Emery knows how to play against Arsenal. Exactly. Emery also has got a very good record in this in overall competition, European. He plays 4-4-2 and it works for him every single time, right? So, and how bad would it be? Just everything around the game. If Emery was to knock Arsenal in the semi-finals to go to the final, our ex-manager doing that, I don't want Villa. PSG, I think we could do. Yes, I've got great attacking players, and yes, I'm playing as a team right now. But Real Madrid also has good attacking players. Real Madrid had Mbappe, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo, right? Bellingham, and we dealt with them. So I'll ask Seb right now, and then I'll ask you, Luca. If we do get through, which looks very likely, who do you want? PSG? Who do you prefer, PSG or Villa?
I'm probably also going to go with PSG just because of that Unai Emery factor. So, and PSG, I would be confident that we could do over 2 legs. Yes, they are. They have got better since we last beat them. Since we beat them earlier this season, they have got better and they do look like a unit. What they did against Liverpool was excellent. Over both legs was excellent. And of course, any game's going to be hard. But like I've said, they'll leave us space. We can exploit that. And I actually reckon at the Emirates, we can beat them quite comfortably again. I really do. And the second leg, I believe, will be at home for the semis because they've already done that draw. So
Yeah.
So we'll have the second leg at home. The first leg will just be about keeping it tight, and then the second leg will be just about killing it off, which we seem to have been doing in Europe. Because, like you said, Europe's a bit different. We don't have so many of those low block teams. Yes, you do have the Inter Milans, you do have the Atletico Madrids, and some of the other clubs in Italy that will play this low block, but they won't, and it'll really suit us. But listen, if we play like how we have last night, we can beat anyone, and this is why it's been so frustrating this season, because this is what I've wanted to see. I do know we've got it in us to do it, and we are still a great side. So this is it.
This is it. Luca, PSG or Villa if we progress, mate?
Look, for me, I said exactly the same thing as you, Josh, and said, look, I have to go with PSG. I don't know what Molina and them lot think in the chat, right? But however, look, I have to go with PSG because PSG are left wide open. You go back and have a look at the Liverpool PSG game. PSG set that game out to go to penalties, right? PSG set out to go to penalties against Liverpool, right? You go back and watch the last 16, right? That's how it set out and format. And I just feel like we've got more chance. Yes, we beat PSG at the Emirates in that Champions League group stage format. But I just feel like now the first leg is at home. I think if we get PSG, I think we get to the final, bro. And I think the final will end up being Barcelona v Arsenal because
revenge, mate. We need revenge from 06.
We need revenge. It's just the one man I'm only worried about is Yamal and Rafinha. Make that two. Yamal
and Lewandowski as well.
Lewandowski don't fear me, bro. I think we can.
You don't? What? After how he's
36 years old, bro.
Have you seen how many goals he scored this season? Have you seen how many times he scored against Arsenal for Bayern Munich? He dunks on every single time.
Yeah, obviously Dortmund as well. But majority, look, I think PSG is majority the team where I think we can handle.
I agree.
But top Gooners won't care anyway. This fan base will end up saying, "Oh, bring on anyone." Yeah, that's cool. You can say that, but people got to remember in the heritage that Unai Emery has a good tracking record.
We can't get Emery, bro. You know what happened. You know what happened, boys.
I do not want and do you know? I think we'll go through at PSG and Villa.
Villa. Yeah,
I actually reckon Villa will do it. Yeah, I do.
They play away tonight, don't they? First leg, right? I think they get something tonight. Maybe a draw, whatever it may be. But when they play Villa Park,
do it. Yeah,
they take it back to Villa Park, and then they win there as well.
I think the game will be a 1-1 draw, and then I do think, of course, James makes something in the comments. Rashford has been found form. Arsenal will need to be resistant. Yeah, 100%. But we know how to play against Marcus Rashford. I know he has a good record against Arsenal, but if we do meet Unai Emery, we have to get revenge on a number of occasions, and we owe them big time. They beat us in that game last season at the Emirates. They got a point at the Emirates where we were still in well, I wouldn't say we were in a title race, but people say we would. But I just feel like that's the game where I kind of feel like I don't want to face Villa because will I be confident? I don't know if I'll be confident against Villa. Probably not. But I think if we get PSG, I think you've got to batter them. You've got to get at least 2-0, 3-1. Like, let me ask you a question, Josh. Right?
Go on.
If we got PSG, do you have to take a 2-goal lead or a 3-goal lead against PSG at the Emirates?
No, isn't the first leg away in that?
The first leg of the penalty is at home.
It's at home.
I thought it was away. I thought that was away. No, I think that's away.
Is it away the first leg?
I think that is, yes. I think that will be.
Yes. It's away.
Yeah, I know the Real Madrid. I knew the Real Madrid one was at home, but
saying that,
I'm sure when I saw that draw, we were away first.
Yeah, but saying that, if it is away, right, does that give them the advantage?
No, I don't think it does.
Because that means, but would you actually take a draw at Paris and then go and beat them at the Emirates?
Yes. Exactly.
Yes, don't lose out in Paris. Yes.
In the Europa League before, right? Remember friends, Aubameyang with the Batman, right? Arsenal went to go and win.
Batman.
But we lost the third. Yeah, but we lost.
Panther, you mean?
Lost the first leg.
Marvel, mate.
We lost the first leg.
We lost the first leg.
When we lost to Rennes at the time, I didn't think we weren't going to qualify.
We did. We did.
We ended up winning. Make the Niles, Masterclass, and look, I think for me, I'd rather play PSG But anyone who we do get in the semi-final, you have to respect them, and that's what
100%.
Arsenal need to do. And I'm sure Arsenal will do that. And a semi-final of the Champions League, we are 2 games away from a Champions League final. A Champions League final, right? I've never, ever, ever seen Arsenal get to a Champions League final, bro. And real talk, yeah, because I would love to see us.
What about 06, mate?
I wasn't really a fan back then. I started becoming a fan when we moved to the Emirates.
I've still not forgotten that night. I've still not forgotten that night. And I won. Yeah. I've
15 minutes away, weren't we, Seb?
Oh, we were robbed that
10
game.
men as well.
Robbed as well that game because Lehman shouldn't have gone because Etta was offside.
Rory,
someone says in the comments, Lewandowski's got 25 goals.
Yeah, he's cooking this season, Luca.
He's cooking, yeah, he's experienced. I understand, yeah, you've got your experience, but I'm not worried about him.
All right. There's a comment saying that I'm not sure about that, Luca. Does Di Matteo have a statue outside of Chelsea? Because Di Matteo won the Champions League with Chelsea.
Yeah, he was an Inter
manager. No, he doesn't, yeah.
He was an Inter manager,
yeah, but I'm saying this will be Arsenal's first ever Champions League, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, for the first time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
right? If we do win the Champions League,
big up now.
I'm all right with it winning it just once. I couldn't care less if we don't win it again, right? Because at least I know that's probably the wrong mentality to say, but look, I know it's about winning trophies, this and that. But
that's a funny comment.
I'd rather win. If we win the Champions League, the next season we have to do what Liverpool did. When Liverpool won the Champions League, they went for the Premier League the following season. I won it in COVID. And they're going to win it this season with fans. That's exactly the thing we have got to do. Because if we do win the Champions League, for the first time ever, we go into the Club World Cup.
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Yeah,
we would. That's how you get into
We should be in it now. Because why is PSG in it then?
Yeah, but we've never won the Champions League, though.
Yeah, but neither has PSG. Neither has Atletico Madrid, I don't think.
Are they in it? I know Chelsea and Man City.
PSG, Atletico, both in there, yeah.
Oh, really?
Dortmund are in there.
I don't know how that gets.
But I don't understand this because
I don't get that then.
I think it's your coefficient points in European.
Jack said something about Bukayo. No, I did say that, at the time. But now Bradley Bukayo is a fucking unbelievable player, bro.
Emery's a better manager than Luis Enrique. Well, this is the thing. I mean, this is why I don't want him, because number one, he's an ex-manager. Let's not forget he did us in Europa League with Villarreal, by the way, right?
He's done us quite a few times.
Yeah, so he knows how
he knows how
to set up. He knows how to set up against Arsenal. He knows how to play against Arsenal. And in this competition, he's a mastermind in European competitions. You know, look at him in. I know he's more of Europa League, as he's won it 4 times. Yeah. That alone is a massitive achievement, but he did it with Villarreal. That Villarreal team had Spurs rejects in. They had Juan Foyth. They had Raul Abio. They had Lo Celso. They had Coquelin in their team. Etienne Capoue. And he won the Europa League with them. And then in the Champions League, he got them to the semi-finals, beating Bayern Munich, a really good Bayern Munich side as well, by the way, beating Juventus. And then he was 2-0 up against Liverpool. And then, okay, he capitulated in semi-finals. But Emery knows, and he's a mastermind in European competitions, if you're being honest with it.
Yes.
That's why I don't want him.
No.
The whole history will be there as well. He's an ex-manager. You cannot have him coming back to the Emirates and
we'll never be able to live that one down.
Could you imagine if he came back and they knocked us out of the Champions League semi-finals, they get to the final?
Could you imagine? He's already stopped us winning the title as well. He stopped that.
Yeah. So, this guy cannot do
that. Can't happen.
I hope PSG wins today. Please,
it can't happen. This is why I'm not confident in going into Villa, right? And I do think it will be a semi-final, Arsenal v Aston Villa, because it just speaks for itself. You see, Unai Emery.
It's written in the stars, ain't it, for Emery to come back?
Funny temper written in the stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Emi Martinez as well. Oh, him as well.
Emi Martinez.
Martinez knows Arsenal very well. He knows him very well, and he's a world-class goalkeeper. And majority of that, Aston Villa will be a very tough prime example.
Yeah.
Saliba says Arsenal.
I wanted to just quickly talk about this, and then I want to talk about how we approach, obviously, because I know we've got a game on Saturday, isn't it, against Brentford?
Yeah.
We could talk about the second leg a little bit as well. But Saliba came out and said yesterday that Arsenal will not sit back and defend when they go to the Bernabeu next week. We are not scared to go to Spain. We want to go there, win the game again, and get the job done. We won 3-0, but we know it's not finished. In the Champions League, there are a lot of things that can happen. So we have to go there and win and not defend all game. Would this be a mistake if we went for the game in a Bernabeu, or do we go there and just play the low block and defend for you guys?
I think this. I'll let Lucas start with that. That's a difficult one to
go on,
answer.
Luca. If you want to start with that,
I think for me, look, you're 3-0 up, right? You need to go and get the first goal. Do not sit back, right? Look, for me, the tie's not mathematically done, but I think we will be in the semi-final, and you can just picturize it. If Real Madrid get an early goal, right? I'll give you a game, for example, right? But we didn't go through on this one. Anyone remember AC Milan v Arsenal in 2012? Kevin Prince Boateng, right? 4-0 up in the first leg. Arsenal made an incredible early start, 3-0, right? And then from there, Gervinho fucks the pass up to Robbie Van Persie, right? And Van Persie tries to chip it, and the Milan keeper, I can't remember what the keeper's name was that day. I think it was Alberto or something like that.
What? Are you on about 2012 when we lost 4-0 to them?
Yeah, but then we won the second leg 3-0.
Yeah, but then and we needed one more goal, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
One more goal. There's situations like you cannot have, because Real Madrid get an early goal, they only need 2.
Yeah, you are right there. An early goal changes everything.
If we get the early goal, it's 4-0. I think it's done.
4-0 is done.
Yeah, an early goal changes everything.
That will put pressure on them, and that's why I don't see them getting 4. I do think we will go through, but I don't see us winning the game. I see us maybe like a 1-0 defeat or a 1-1 draw. I don't care if we lose the game as long as we go through, innit? So I don't care if we lose 2-0, 2-1. We go through 4-2 in aggregate. And majority, I think about how we should play is attack. Look at 2006 last.
Go for it, you're saying.
You have to go for it. The scenes of Arsenal score first at the Bernabeu, and that away end. We'll just give you an example in 2006. People who were not born in 2006, get ready to experience it next week at the Bernabeu. Bukayo Saka against freaking Madrid, bro. Because I think for me, Madrid have got a few players suspended, yeah. And I think Vinicius Junior, I don't know if he's available or not. I could be wrong.
Well, Camavinga's
definitely out. Yeah. Vinny Junior will play because he didn't get a yellow card against us.
Well, yeah, apparently Real Madrid have got injuries.
Same with Rudiger as well. He will play because he didn't get a yellow card against us.
Tuchemeni will be back.
Tuchemeni will be back.
I think last night Tuchemeni was probably an important player. Like some people say Tuchemeni is not all that. I think he's a world class.
He's class. He's excellent. He walks into this team.
He walks into this. He's Thomas Partey, replaceable, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like Tuchemeni, Rice, Odegaard next season, and I think for me, what Saliba is saying in that quote right there is spot on. You have to get the first goal. You have to punch them. Take what you did in 06. Take it out what you did in 25 last night, right? You've got to do exactly the same thing. You cannot just sit back and defend and say the game's done. You have to respect. This is Real Madrid, the home of the Bernabeu. They're one of the biggest stadiums in the world.
Yeah,
you have to prioritize and take the opportunity to score.
Yeah. Seb, same question to you. Do you think it'll be a mistake if we went for the game, or do you think we should low block it?
Not necessarily, no. I still think we should come out and play a little bit. But I think maybe the later the game gets, and we're still right there, or if we've only conceded 1, then maybe we might have to do that. But to start with, I think we've still got to try and get a goal to literally just kill that crowd, try and get that, but still come out and play. But the later on in the game, if it's still very tight and we're still ahead, then maybe we might have to revert to that. Because the thing is, once you get into that mindset of just sitting back and defend, it's very difficult to get out of it mentally. And if you do it and it doesn't work, then you kind of got no way back. It was similar to what we did against Bayern Munich last year. I think even though in that second leg we did actually play well, I still think we should have gone for it a little bit more, because we were too busy in that trap of just trying to just see it out and just catch them in the break, and it just didn't work. So that's why we didn't go through. But Yeah, I can see what he's trying to say there. There's two ways you can look at it, but the main thing I'm just going to say is you just got to be professional. Just be professional. We got to play like how we did last night, or then we will go through. But we surely should not mess this up. If we do, it will be completely unforgivable. Then that will just be.
If we bottle this,
that will
from
be
3-0 down,
absolutely awful. Then that really will be proper shame.
That'd be the nail in the coffin for the manager.
Oh,
as
it
well
will.
this
Oh,
season.
definitely. Definitely. Then there's no way he keeps his job after that. I'm sorry. That ain't acceptable. But
yeah. But so for the game on Saturday, because I know we've got 10 minutes before you guys got to go. Brentford, do we just completely rotate the squad for you guys on Saturday?
I think for me, Brentford, you have to kind of like rotate the squad a little bit, because I read an article this morning, one of the news articles online, give the likes of Jorginho and Zinchenko a chance. But don't get me wrong, like I was speaking to Mr. B the other day before the Real Madrid game. He said, wouldn't get too carried away because Brentford, look, I think we can beat Brentford, don't get me wrong, but it would just be typical Arsenal, will drop points. It's a 5:30 kickoff. Arsenal don't do well at R5 kickoffs. We know it from last season and this season, but I think you have to do squad rotation, because if you noticed last night, Bukayo Saka had a bit of a knock and a bit of a kick. He's fine. Declan Rice felt something in his foot, and I wouldn't maybe play Declan Rice maybe against Brentford, but I'd give Bukayo Saka a rest. Give him a rest. I don't even think we need him. I think give Wanyerny comes into the side again. He didn't obviously start last night. I think Ethan Wanyerny comes into the Arsenal side. I think Trossardinho needs to get some minutes because he's leaving at the end of the season. I think give Raheem Sterling a chance as well. I think we need to do that, because I just feel like I wouldn't make too many changes, but at least even in the midfield, if you take a Thomas Partey out or Declan Rice, who would you do? Would you put Jorginho, Zinchenko? I do think Arteta will go with a strong side.
What do you think, Seb? Do you think we should rotate against Brentford?
I'll do similar to what we did against Everton. I would, but the thing is, make a few changes, but we still need rhythm, momentum going into the return leg. So these Premier League games are still important that we do win them. I know it's not going to mean anything because we're not going to win it, but if you want to win the Champions League, you need to get rhythm, momentum on board in the league, carrying it on, keep going, because that's what wins you the big trophies, is playing every few days, keeping the wins in this. And yeah, I'll go similar to what we did against Everton. Saka, I wouldn't play. Him, I wouldn't play. Wanyeri, I'll start. Trossard,
Rice.
Jorginho, I'd start. Sorry?
Rice?
I'll either play one of Rice or Odegaard. I think one of them two has got to play. This time I'll probably edge towards Odegaard, because I'll be honest with you, he didn't quite have his best game yesterday. I think he needs to get up to speed. So maybe give this to him, get up to speed, then go Jorginho. I'd actually go Jorginho, Moreno, and Odegaard. I'll probably go with that as my midfield. I'll just get a little bit up to momentum. Get him a little bit up to momentum. And we have to play Saliba because we haven't got anyone else.
Or you play Ben White and Kivior and rest Saliba.
What question?
Also Timber as well. So we're gonna have to. We haven't got any other right back. We've got no choice. We just have to pray he doesn't go down injured.
We've got a question from Rory. He says, would you start Kivior for Leicester Champions League campaign?
Well, I think he's earned his spot. I think he should play the return leg.
I think the second leg, see how he does there.
Well, to be fair to him, he's doing well, and this is what you need. You need rhythm, momentum, and Ben White hasn't played at centre-half for a while. Even though before the game I would have said Ben White and Saliba, but it is.
I think for me,
it is fair. We have to trust him.
Well, yeah, because you have to trust him, Seb, because at the end of the day, Kivior's actually performed in the last two games.
Yeah.
I know the Everton game was a crap performance, and last night was an amazing performance. But yeah, I'd go with Kivior for the rest of the season, because if we get to the Champions League final, Gabriel can't play because he's not back until pre-season. Yeah. And Kivior, I'd go for, because Ben White is not the same player as he was before. And I'm sure he will come back getting a full pre-season again and getting Ben White back from last season and the season before. Because if we do get PSG or Aston Villa, I still stick with the same team that played last night. Why would you want to change by beating one of the best teams or the best team in the world?
I think they are.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
But yes, boys, thank you so much for coming on today. We're all buzzing. Seb, you want to shout anything? Any articles you got coming?
I did one yesterday about whether we have a chance of beating Real Madrid. So one's been out, and one should come out later this week. I'm just going to be talking about Andrea Berta and what the things he used to do. I'm going to be talking about that, and then hopefully next week I'm writing about Arsenal potentially lifting the Champions League. But I'm going to wait till to finish the second there before I write about that. So.
Amazing, mate.
Yeah,
absolutely
I really hope I am right.
It's good to have a smile on your. It's nice to see you have a smile on your face as well. This
yeah,
season,
this is what it's all about. Listen, yeah, it's all about
100%.
When he get it over the line, Seb.
We have to.
We have to, though. Yeah,
I demand only that now.
We want a Seb and Arsenal domination to be happy if we win the Champions League.
Luca, what you want to shout anything you got coming up, mate?
Yeah, look, for me, content-wise coming up, obviously the weekend is upon us. I think I'm going to record.
I love your hoodie, by the way, mate.
Yeah, it's nice.
Just saying that your hoodie you got on, I like it. Yeah,
and the shirt underneath what you have as well.
Yeah, I like that one. It's not nice one.
But no, content-wise coming up. I think maybe today or tomorrow I'm going to do a pre-record. I think I'm going to do a League 2 prediction roundup for the weekend. I'm on Mr. B's channel tomorrow at midday.
Yeah,
doing a Brentford preview, discussing about that. Saturday I've got the Gillian vlog, and then if I'm back in time, I'll do a match reaction straight after the game. That's what's coming up for Arsenal Brentford. So, and then build on the Real Madrid game, the preview. I'll probably do that on Monday or something.
Brilliant, guys. Brilliant. As for me, I'll be back obviously tomorrow doing a Brentford preview as well myself. Probably a few other, if there's any other news, I'll talk about that. And then Friday, I got Mr. B as well coming on Luca on Friday, so that'd be good.
I'm on his tomorrow.
Brentford fan. And then Saturday obviously would be the game. And then we're back again. Is it Wednesday? Isn't it? Next week we play Madrid. Wednesday. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
So we'll do maybe the show if you guys are around on Tuesday. We can do the show.
When are you doing your Real Madrid preview?
Sunday or Monday, most likely.
Monday.
Yeah.
We'll do it on Tuesday, man.
We'll do it on Tuesday, yeah? All right, amazing. So we're back again on here every single week, guys. I've really enjoyed the show with Seb and Luca. And I know you guys enjoy it as well. Big up everyone who watched. And thanks. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, whatever you got up to, people. I'm probably going to watch the Villa PSG game tonight. So
any match reaction, Josh?
Maybe, but depends how the game goes. There could be one, Luca, tonight. But yeah, big up, mate. Big up, everyone. And the chat as well. Thanks everyone who tuned in. We'll catch you guys next one. What a win, man. We're all buzzing. Come on, you.